Just the stats, Reggie Johnson, Eugene Morton, and coming from you from the lovely city of Atlanta, Eugene, we have, I guess it's like maybe not surprising news to a lot of people, maybe with some people, the firing of Franklin, you know, came quicker, I guess, than what they thought. I guess if you're really not surprised, are you surprised at the timing? Well, I guess with some people, they were thinking it would may stretch it out a bit, but it was pretty fast here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Northwestern loss happened, and no love, I guess, just no sympathy for the Drew Aller situation, right? I mean, it's an injury for him. He's out for the year.
Right. Yeah.
No sympathy there, though, huh?
None. And it's just surprising. Why do it now? Why not wait till the end of the year? I mean, I don't get why doing it now. It does. I mean, I know he's not liked in the media, but I know from what I've read from this, I know his players love him. I know, I mean, fans are going to be fans. I get it. They're going to scream, fire him. But, I just, unless the coordinator behind them is supposed to be this hot new upcoming coach, I just don't like it. I've never, I think you and I are both aligned on no matter what it is in professional college, why fire a guy in the middle of the season? If especially if you're already tanking, I mean, you're definitely not going to the college football playoffs. What's the motivation of firing him now?
Well, I think that is a couple of things that kind of contributed to this situation, and maybe the swiftness of it as well. And one of those things was high expectations, right? If you're not ranked number 2 coming in preseason, and I know those preseason ranks aren't supposed to mean anything, but sometimes those lofty expectations lead to people getting a little bit more impatient with you. Like, hey, you're going to have to go. In 3-3, you're kind of thinking season could be over pretty early after those lofty expectations. You come in with the number 2 expectation, and 3-3, they're like, hey man, it might be time for you to get out of here. And maybe the fact that the games all come in a row, you know how that doesn't usually work in your favor. You
right.
Come in, you're high on the hog, so to speak, as they say. And then you lose 3 in a row. No matter how you lost that third one, I mean, you lose 3 in a row. It doesn't look good. Maybe it's a series of unfortunate events here for James Franklin, right?
Yeah, and plus, I mean, you can always look at their record against, top 25 teams. He was never good against those teams.
I'm seeing a 4-21 record against top 10 teams.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So, but I mean, there's just so many few coaches, and I understand, but you always got to remember what's down the other side. It's like, well, who you're replacing with? I mean, I keep Matt Rule. I keep hearing the Indiana coach, and they're all fine hires, and they would, but it's just, I've always wondered, like, you better have the backup plan already in place, because now you're not saying you may not get either of those guys, and you may kind of get stuck with somebody who's lesser, of a talent than Franklin, right?
I mean, he's been there 12 seasons.
He has been there.
104 and 45 record. Solid record there.
Right.
And he has a buyout of $50 million. It's not bad.
Not bad for him at all.
I hear also on that $50 million buyout, something else that I read is that he's expected to look for work, and they don't expect him to just go hit the links, man. He can't be out there on the golf course. They expect the man to go to work or pursue work. Yeah. The expectation is that he will.
Yeah. Does he just like strip his LinkedIn resume? Is that pursuing work? I mean, what's the definition? I guess does he have to like line up interviews?
They said broadcasting or coaching, man. They don't care what you do. They say you can go in the booth if you want. We don't care about that. Go in the booth, work it off that way, if you so choose to do so.
Yeah.
I see
I mean,
a top 5 teams 1-15 record against top 5 teams. What do you think about that?
it's we just know it. We know it's nothing new that we haven't seen with him. You know, it's unfortunately he's a good recruiter. He gets the guys in, but maybe he just doesn't be able to cross that, thing. I remember we had Mark Rick in Georgia for so long, and we used to see the talent and talent and talent. And the thing is, it's like the one picture just drives me nuts. Is there's one with him, like with Nick Chubb and Gurley are all both on the same team. It's like, wait a minute, how did we not win a national championship? Those two guys have the same team. So, um, so I guess it's like he was always a good recruiter. Same with Rick was same, like he never win the big game. Maybe it's the same thing with him, and maybe the next person, you know, takes the job is, will be able to, get that, Penn State, the money behind it, be able to, turn those recruits and actually turn it into, they're a winning program, but like you said, swing their record more than in their favor against those top 5, those top 10, those top 25 teams. So, the timing's weird, but I guess do it now. So maybe you can start re-recruiting his recruits, right? Because they're a lot of them are probably going to jump ship because hey, we were promised to be coached by this guy, and now we don't even know who we're bringing in because somebody's gonna I don't even know who's taking over, but the interim's going to take over, and obviously, yeah, still get the interview at the end, but they're going to have their sights set on something bigger, and we'll have to see at the end of the day, do they get that or not?
Yeah, and when you look in here, the athletic director Pat Kraft,
Mhm.
they said or said that the school expects a leader who can deliver Big Ten and national championships. Man, Kraft's not playing. Mentioned the need for a coach who can maximize elite level resources and attack the transfer portal. Develop at the highest level. Is that a shot? So whenever you say you're seeking something that you already had, you're kind of
Yeah.
alluding to the fact that the person that was there didn't have it. Right? If you like to say, hey, you fire a guy, you say hey, I'm seeking a guy who wears blue shirts. You're gonna say the other guy that you just fired, there's a chance he wasn't wearing them. I mean, you're if you throw out a few things in there, you kind of add to that. You're basically saying that you don't feel that the guy you had was maximizing the elite level resources and attacking the transfer portal and developing at the highest level. If you believe the person that you had was doing all those things, then you would have just kept the person you had, right?
True. And yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It wasn't like they weren't getting talent at the school. They were. They were
It
in
don't feel
those
like Franklin's getting enough out of it. Is kind of what it's being alluded to.
probably
Is what
right.
Kraft is alluding to here. Not
I
what he's
think
saying directly, but
yeah, and that's great. We can all do the spiel, right? We can all do the cliche quotes, but again, it's all who they bringing in next. And again, if I'm Penn State, I want Matt Rule or I want the Indiana head coach. I mean, those are my
you say you
only
want Matt
two.
Rule. Is that what you said? I think you cut
I
off
would
when you
say
said
from Nebraska, Matt Rule from Nebraska, and
okay.
was it Skanatty from Indiana, right? So I mean, those are going to be your top two hot names, right? Because Rule's done a great job turning around Nebraska. Indiana just knocked off Oregon, and that team's definitely going to that college is definitely going in the direction that you would think. Like, hey, Penn State, look what this guy did at Indiana. Indiana's never been. You never looked at Indiana and go, yeah, that's a team that's college football powerhouse or a competitive. Like, never. You always think Indiana. First thing you think of is basketball, not college football. So those would be. I mean, those are the two names I hear. But man, if you don't get either one of those names, you might be in for a long couple years because you can't just hire a college football coach for 1 year. You got guys, you got to
Yeah,
recruit 'em.
not when you got rid of a guy who was there for 12, right? You just got rid of a
Uh-huh.
guy that was there for 12. He
Mhm.
had a 104-45 record. Even though you look through there, you look when you dig deeper into the stats there, as we know, the stats don't always tell the full story.
Mhm.
When you dig deeper into those stats, the wins against those top 10 teams, 4-21 is abysmal, and you're kind of expecting those wins when you are a program like Penn State.
Uh-huh.
And they think, hey, we're putting the money up, man. It's not us. And they hopefully, like you said, they get somebody else in here who at least has the same winning record that Franklin have on from a substantive or from a surface standpoint. Because like I said, we look deeper into this. It's not always what it looks like on the surface.
Right.
But I think it'll be an absolute disaster if you're not even winning on the surface. Like if you bring in a person that's not even doing that, then it's a disaster for you. So
Right. Exactly.
hopefully you bring in a person who's at least able to win at the same rate that Franklin was winning. And this wasn't really like a hasty decision.